Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin', man? It's your boy Bemo here today, trying to give my peoples another segment, part 3. This might be the third one I'm doing. Always want to say God is good, what he doing. Always be happy and grateful for all your blessings that you is receiving. Stop looking at life one way. Always thank him and lean on him. He'll never leave your side. Shout out to Toka, turning our circumstances around. It's a non-profit. Shout out to all the men. Shout out to all my listeners. Always know to make sure y'all subscribe, share, and post. Today's the day, man. I'm gonna give you a couple of things that's ready. We're gonna try to touch up on a few subjects and stay on the topic on one of them, just to let everybody know. I'm also gonna be giving y'all little stories that y'all would love to hear, you know what I'm saying? But always just know that this outlook here is just to uplift the young youth, the black man, the Spanish man, even the white man. If you're listening and paying attention, we're lifting all race, our brothers, our peoples, our sisters. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here about to do. You know what I'm saying? Always want to just shout out to us first. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody don't know what we're doing. Let's get into support system. Let's get into how a lot of brothers, when y'all do get locked up, how we lose focus and we get into all the bullshit instead of sticking to what you're supposed to be doing. Like you run around BT, run around on Love of Hip Hop, you know what I'm saying? And you're not prepared to fight for your cases. You're not prepared to look at laws, study laws, and do everything the correct way to get you out of jail. Because when you come to the feds, they're not giving you 1 to 3s, 2 to 4s. They giving you the minimum 10, 15. Then when you have felonies, they giving y'all more time than what y'all think. So, you got to be prepared to know how to fight. Just so you can know your rights, you know what I'm saying? Don't think that this thing is like an anti-government, anti-this. You got to respect a gangster, man, and the feds is gangster. They just mastered the way to learn that they don't have to do the work. They got people to do the work for them. They don't have to sit there and get footages and all that, because as you see, people giving them the footage and the ammo to shoot themselves. It's like they pour the gas on them and they give them the lighter, the flame to light the match. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all got to pay attention to that. But, you must stay in the law library and study your cases, man. Learn your rights. Learn the Constitution. Learn the law. See what you're doing to get better. And also, when you start doing that, you got to learn how to don't be afraid to change. See, a lot of people will talk shit and all that because they afraid to change. See, it's easy to do all the ignorant shit in the world. Run around. I could have came home. I could have picked up a gun. I could have took over the projects. We could have done shot, killed, old beefs, new beefs. I could have just been active with a whole bunch of people. But in 6 months we'd be in jail. That mind frame wouldn't have got me nowhere. Coming home to that would have led me right back into jail. You know what I'm saying? So, don't be afraid of the change. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all have to know how to study and learn the law. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of good books that's wrote that teach you the law. You know what I'm saying? They got the basic, simple books. They got that Busted by the Feds. They teach you the simple things, but they teach you how to look up the law. Look at the numbers in your charges and see what they mean. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always loopholes. It's hard. Don't think the feds don't got a 95% conviction rate for nothing, but a lot of people cop out. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know how to prepare yourself and when you doing battle in the street, you got to continue on doing battle in the courts, because they're not going to just say, okay, yo, you killed such and such, you robbed such and such, you sold this amount of drugs, we just going to let you out. They're not going to let you out. You got to fight and earn that, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit there and really get that done. And once you do that, you see how it's going. Another thing you could do when you do law, you could see that you right, and you could see that the cases is passing that's agreeing with your case. And you like, yo, I gotta put it in, but the judge keep denying it and keep denying it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn not to get caught up in your own head, because even though you know you're right, you get so blinded and hurt, because it happened to me. So I want to tell you your experience. Remember when I told y'all, little bros, little sis, yo, I ain't here to preach to y'all. I just want you to take a time to sit, listen to what I'm saying, and think. Because if I can get you to think, then you're going to see how you could change. You can see how you could prepare yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't think, yo, big bro over here, he preaching, he doing this shit, he changing. I'm still fighting my own battles and demons, man. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, my head is up high, shoulders straight, healthy. I made it home to see my mother. Made it home to see my daughters, grandkids now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's about the support system. We're going to get into that in a few. But make sure you be prepared for the cases. You know, it was just so funny. I kept putting laws in, trying to fight. And one of my main things was the feds didn't have a murder guideline. In order for the feds to use a murder guideline, they had to have a drug nexus to add it to the conspiracy of the RICO. But just plain murder in the feds, they don't have, unless you murder a cop, somebody on a postal office, inside a federal building, you know what I'm saying, even in banks, you know what I'm saying, because otherwise they had to use the 1111, which is a state law. So while I'm preparing and fighting, I'm always arguing, because they charged me with the 281.5 or something, that's the murder guidelines. But they had to use the drugs to get me into the RICO to use the murder guidelines. So while I've been fighting this battle, I'm arguing like, yo, hold up. If y'all use the 28.1, that statute holds itself. It's not supposed to go with no other statute. It only stands by itself. But they used the drug statute and added it on. So the laws they made and showing me what's going on, added it up the whole right way. But I continue on trying to fight, continue on saying, yo, y'all wrong. And they denied it. So when you're in jail, you always hear about the new laws that's coming down the pipeline. What's going to get free? And don't forget, a lot of people in jail is miserable, man. People got years in jail. They miserable. So for the ladies that want to know about the men be miserable. And when young brothers come through, talking about, yo, I'm going home, you have people that have been in jail 25 years already, 20, 30 years, and they're like, yo, man, you ain't going home. This shit is a roach motel. Once you check in, you won't check out. They're going to keep denying you. You like, oh, man, yo, you ignorant, man. You doing that and thinking that. But, you know, when you keep fighting up this system that was designed to keep us in jail, you're going to see what they talking about. You can finally see what's going on. And that's what's happening in the system. So, boom, they kept denying it. So one day, we hear about this crack law coming. Now, this might be the third crack law. This might be the second one, because, you know, they had the 2-point production. They had the first crack law. And the first crack law, the whole jail rioted, right? And they rioted. You had people that had bank robbery cases, and they even have crack cases, rioting, trying to be rebellious, starting a revolution, because they wasn't trying to give people the crack law. So these people bugging. And I respected a lot of them for going so hard, and they didn't even have crack charges. So in the feds, it's different from the state. So the feds learns how to tame the lion. In the state, the lion runs loose. And that's the difference with the two realities. And it's like the feds get you to meet so many more people all over the world. The state, you do it, it's just, but basically mainly New York State, unless somebody come over there. But you could be in the feds, you'd be somebody in Nebraska, Alabama, Arkansas, You know what I'm saying? Chicago, DC, here, there. You know what I'm saying? The shit just keep going. Iowa, Idaho. You know what I'm saying? You be bugging for the people, Maine, Seattle. You know what I'm saying? That you meet these people from all over the world. So the crack law is about to pass. And the dude is helping me do my law work. He says, yo, man, Bemo, don't put that. You got him. You're going to win. Don't put that in. So at the time when I'm about to file the crack law, it wasn't applying to me yet, because on the main indictment, they got me at the RICO conspiracy and racketeering. Those are the top charges. But I blew to a lesser charge. And a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I want to share with y'all too. You'll get these top counts. So you'll think you'll beat 1 count, 2 count. But they rewrite the counts over and over again. So if you blow the count, you beat the first 2 count, might hold mandatory life. But you blow the 3, 4, it's cross references to still give you the life. And that's what's going on. And that's what's happening. So we sitting there, we battling, we leaving, and the next thing you know, I'm just thinking. So we walking through the metal detector, we going back to the unit, and I went to my other old head. He sat there, he said, yo, Bemo, when since we listen to men? You listening to men now? I ain't never take you for that. So I'm looking at him like, man, shit, you know that, man, nigga. You know, nigga, I don't listen to no motherfucking man. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own man. I know. He said, oh, all right. He said, fuck what he's saying. I'm going in there to foul that shit. And I know you for the person you're going to be. I know you're going to foul the same thing. I'm like, oh, that's a fact. I go back to the unit. I holler at my man, D. Dave. He from the Bronx. He got a lot of time. From the Cypress crew. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to fill this shit out. He like, yo, you bugging. I'm like, man, I'm filling that shit out. He goes down to the unit. I goes to my unit. Love of Hip Hop on. Everybody over there. I'm like, man, I sat down. I'm looking at these raggedy bitches on Love of Hip Hop, listening to niggas lying, talking about like, yo, man, I had a bitch like this and like that. These niggas got stone crackhead bitches, man. Them bitches be trash. I'm like, man, y'all niggas is faking. Y'all niggas don't know nothing about no bad bitches. You know me. I'm a shit talker, so I'm sitting there and bugging. So next thing you know, I just get up on a commercial. I get mad. I forgot what I seen. I seen one of them bitches do something dumb, and it got me mad. I got up. I got up. I wrote the hand motion out, handwritten myself to the judge. Put it in the mailbox, sent it off. Next thing you know, a motherfucking tornado hit my jail. They had to emergency evacuate us. Right? And we was moved to another jail. We all thought we was going to Florida, but we wound up going to Lewisburg. So now we go move and shit, and we go in there. Next thing you know, I had got a lawyer. They wrote me back. And then the lawyer was saying, oh, you don't got the charge to do it. So I'm beefing with the lawyer. I'm like, man, this shit is the same thing. I'm like, yo, fuck the charge you see that I blew to. Look at the charge on the main indictment. It's saying that I blew the crack and all this thing wrong. Now, meanwhile, out of all these fake kingpin charges they gave me, the crack I blew to 1,000 grams or more when it was 100 to 1 and all this shit. Let's not forget, y'all, that they found me guilty of less than 5 grams. A nickel that was in the projects that we went up to Kingston and sold for $20. And that shit came into like 0.1 or 2. That should have been, that shit's supposed to be a fine, throw it out. But I wound up getting 20 years for that charge. So the judge wrote the lawyer back like, yo, listen, man, I asked you to put this motion in. Is you gonna do it, yes or no? Because if not, next thing you know, the lawyer put the motion in. When he put the motion in, it came back, boom. Next thing you know, I was good. Later down the line, my charge that I blew to fit right in the criteria in the category. And if I wouldn't have did that motion, I wouldn't be here today to talk to y'all. And the other stuff that I put in, they denied. See, one thing about the federal government, we all have the same charges. So if they give you leeway or airplay on that charge, they got to let the whole federal system out because everybody got the same charges. And that's what they can't afford to do. And that's what you got to be careful of. So you got to learn how to do your law and pick them little things out to get you back in. That's why a lot of big cases change and help people. The Richardsons, the Davidsons, you know what I'm saying? And the stacking the guns, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because they recircumvent the indictments and stack all the same charges on you. And that what got me home. So, you know, when I'm telling y'all about the support system, it go for the same rules inside and out. Y'all must know that we need each other. We need the people on the outside to send letters, send cards, send pictures, pick up the phone. You know we always need money. Yeah, don't get me wrong, a lot of these people's crackheads and dope fiends now, you know what I'm saying? But you know, you still look out for your people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I seen people that harass their 80-year-old grandmothers just to smoke deuce. That's just some shit that's on paper. You know, the shit is sickening. But it's nothing like being support. There's nothing like answering the phone, telling that person on the other end, like, yo, you strong. God love you. God good. We here. The family love you. So you got to have a support system. So a lot of you young dudes that's out there having y'all way in the street, when y'all go to jail, y'all don't have the support system. So you must know how to learn how to build a support system now. You don't be afraid. Let's change the generation trauma from each other. You know what I'm saying? We have to do it. And once we get in to do that shit, we gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all gotta learn to do. We gotta learn to do. You know what I'm saying? We gotta change it. And we always need a support system. And a lot of y'all brothers, man, when the girls do them bids with y'all, don't come home and lead them to chase a myth and you got the for sure thing right there in front of you. We do that a lot too, man. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta change. And also, the women will run us off too because we'll come home, they still wanna keep us like we locked up. But listen to your other half, man. Listen to your girl, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. So, you know, the support system is a must. Make sure you have a support system. Stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Because your friends don't be there with you, man. And you need a support system to get through this time. And that's what a lot of brothers fail at because they don't have a support system. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, man, I'm here on out. It's your boy Bemo. I'm here. Make sure you share, post, and subscribe. Spread the word. Say, we just here kicking it, man, building, man. Like I say, I want your feedback. Tell me what you think I'm doing wrong, what I should do right. But it ain't like all this other shit. I'm not on here talking folly, gossiping, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Different species, man. I don't even like really keep entertaining them, speaking that negative, to keep talking about them. You know, as you can see, we're going to move by example. I always been frontline. I'm going to be frontline to do it, to show y'all, man, little bros, little sis, you could change and you could make it legit and you could do good, man. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. You know what I'm saying? You make a plan, enforce it, see it out, stick to it, watch it come through, see your goals through. I'm here, man. We're going to sign on out.